who came out? Oh, there was a job guy in the ring, but we came back from a break and boom, MJF music. And now, explain this to me, Brian. We're down to with some of these guys, and poor MJF is amongst them, where the music gets a pop from the people, but when they see the actual person, they don't cheer. What did they think? There's a guy in the ring, they were going to see MJF wrestle, and he came out in street clothes and obviously not going to wrestle, and they felt deflated, or what? But it's like they'll pop on music, but they won't pop onto people. Why are they not popping onto people, Jerry?
I think because of some of the people MJF has worked with and some of the segments they've done together, people need to see something from MJF maybe right now. They need to see something different with someone different, and they certainly weren't positively reacting to the Jeff Jarrett stuff. So I think in a lot of ways maybe this was a hold your breath and see what is this, because we just saw Jeff and Claudio do their angle.
Well, and what is this was MJF told the job guy to leave the ring, and to Jeff Jarrett, you ought to give every fan here an apology. But I deserve an apology more than anybody, because of what you did last week. I made you the offer, and then he reiterated the offer was, hey, Jeff, I'll help you win the deal, the title shot, and then you win the title, and then blah, 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 and then you give me a title shot. He made you, Jeff, the offer because he thought that Jeff would be the easiest one to beat. And that went a while, and I don't think the people really cared about hearing it. But finally, he said, pro wrestling doesn't love you anymore. These fans don't love you, which sparked a few medium Double J chants. And sometimes you're better off making a deal with the devil than defying him. MJF has gotten in the category of trying too hard at this point to make up for everything that's been done to him. But he's obviously, now remember, early on, MJF was the smooth, the roaster, the unflappable, I'm smarter than you, I'm better than you know it. And remember I said every once in a while when he would get too mad, that somebody get too far under his skin, that wasn't good for him. He needed to be able to still keep his goddamn... Well, now he's having temper tantrums and losing his shit and blurting out things that he allegedly doesn't want to blurt out. He's into these things more than anybody in the crowd is. He's either madder or he's more invested in this. It just looks awkward. Do you see what I'm trying to say?
You think he should be riling everyone up, not the one to get riled up?
Somewhat. And I think that trying so hard to get people into this rotten material or situations that he's been forced to work with, I'm not saying it's too much. He's cried wolf. He ain't been a devil in a long time. And with most of the people he's talking to or about or wanting to fuck with, the people don't particularly care whether the devil fucking goes down to Georgia on them or not.
Is he the devil again? Or was Adam Cole the devil?
Well, he's doing the devil horns, and he said sometimes you're better off making a deal with the devil than defying him to Jeff. So now he's the devil. He's the devil. He's the devil again. The devil made him do it. But it's not done. Because when he said that, then music played, and here came Hangnail Adam Page. It was his match. The announcer, well, it was his match that we thought we were going to see when MJF came out. Then why the fuck did he wait 10 minutes to come out till MJF had said all that shit? And Page got up in MJF's face and is telling him, get out of here, leave, get out of my area here or whatever. And the fans at least were chanting, but they were chanting cowboy shit. Isn't that what they wanted them to do 4 years ago? The people in Knoxville may have not been paying close attention. Does he still do the cowboy shit? I thought he was a heel. What is he? Who is he? Let me clarify this. What the fuck is going on?
There will be no clarity. If he's feuding with MJF, or, I mean, I don't know if that's what this is. If they're having issues, he's a babyface. Maybe it's like Sergeant Slaughter is a heel bumping into heel Iron Sheik in the aisleway. And then all of a sudden, Sergeant Slaughter's a babyface. Maybe it's something like that. And I will say, I hadn't even thought of it as an option until this show. Adam Page versus MJF. It's something they haven't done that could be interesting.
Well, does Page start sandbagging and sabotaging MJF like he did Punk when he got a chance to do something on top?
Maybe. We can't rule that out, obviously. Well, it's on his track record, but...
Jesus Christ, then.
But in terms
That's all MJF needs.
Hey, but in terms of... You're talking about what MJF needs. What he doesn't need is Adam Cole. What he doesn't need, as it turns out, is Jeff Jarrett. What he doesn't need is anyone else he has already been married to at some point in the last 5 years. Now, he's done little things with Adam Page, going back to the very beginning, but those two guys have been there since the beginning. They're steadies on that show. I'm not saying it's ideal. I'm not the biggest Hangman Page fan. Whenever you want to invest in him, he delivers a soft promo. But I'll take this over. There aren't too many other things right now with anyone who's not already just doing something. Although if AEW dropped the Jarrett thing, maybe they'll drop the Moxley thing or something else. But I'm okay with seeing where this is for at least a little while.
Well, at least now we have another clue here, though, because Page is still out there, so he beat the job guy in 30 seconds. And then, as any true upcoming babyface, kept beating on him after the match and gave him a big face plant fucking move, Chris Daniels' move, and then music played and Chris Daniels came out in a neck brace.
Right, now he's a heel again.
Because apparently, whatever they've been doing on Collision or Rampage or whatever, they had a Texas death match and Page fucked Daniels up and Daniels it comes out and says, all I ever wanted to do was be your friend, but I messed that up. So wait, if this guy has dropped you on your head and retired you, so you're going to come out and apologize to him. You attacked me and said what you said, and I let my ego and insecurities escalate it after you attacked me to a point where I accepted the most violent match against the most violent man, and I regret that. And I wrote, what the fuck is now another babyface is apologizing to some guy that's fucking...
And I regret that.
So, yeah, I said I regret it. So after the Texas death match, the doctor told Daniels to never wrestle again. So, Adam, you win. This is goodbye. I'm sorry, and I hope you can be happy. And he walks off and leaves Page standing there. And Page is just mute, just silent. So are the fans, by the way. But so is this the first time in history that somebody will be shamed into becoming a babyface again? He was shaming him into becoming a babyface?
What babyface has received more shame, even if it's self-shame, than Adam Page in the history of AEW in kayfabe? That's his whole gimmick. He's drinking because of shame. Everything's because of something.
Ladies and gentlemen, please take your place on the conveyor belt. Let's move it. Oh. Turn up the fun with Crunch.
Anyway, speaking of a little nobody that watched this show is going to get any, I'll tell you that. I'm talking about Full Gear. Full of it, Brian, besides the fact that I don't know if this is a new record, but it's certainly on the upper side of even what they do between the hour and a half pre-show with the big show